In this episode, I am going to show you my assumption of the Italian recipe carbonara. Hello guys, Chef Present Valderies here. Welcome to ingredientsdiver.com. Let us dive into the topic. First of all, we are all going to see my assumptions about the carbonara recipe from the outside. Okay, first point is I think this recipe was inspired by French cuisine, because one technique reminds the one mother's sauces. There is one tiny point that can relate to it: consistency and texture remain the same. Next, one of the beliefs of the Italian people is that aged ingredients are the best for flavor. That's why the ingredients used in it are crazy mature products. The season may change, so people do not have to waste any of the healthy ingredients. People made up aging products for future use. Next, it should have been a rural food, because it is an easily prepared food. All the ingredients mentioned in this food are likely to be available only in rural. Next, after moving from the village side to the city, its beauty began to show to others. It was the best food choice for farmers, and later became the best healthy food for. The second main thing we were going to see, my assumptions about the carbonara recipe from the inside. We have three dominant factors. Each factor has its own theory. 1. Begin with different fat. 2. Cool down with what? And 3. Okay, let us start with the first factor. Begin with different fat. First one, the reason for cutting this guanciale to a small size is to bring out the fat faster in it. Not only fat but also meat burns fast. That's why it is considered as a portion of fast food. You can easily grab this with pasta by this. Next one, the reason we use guanciale is that are aged. So the primary flavor is available from this remarkable ingredient. The next point is used to make processed emulsifiers because of their high fat content. Next, there is no need for salt in making this sauce because that is a unique feature. After all, this cured meat was salted and dry. Next factor, cool down with what? First point, one thing we know when examining this process is that the cooking process continues, even after the heat is left or cut down. Next point, it makes cool down to prevent this curdler scrambled when the egg and cheese expand their molecules, as soon as. Next point, the cool down process is to avoid being added directly to the utensil while we are cooking. Then add the egg mixture, so that it makes no. Next point, the pasta used for making cool down, and its cooking water straightway mix with the fat in the cooking pan. So this is the perfect moment to activate the next process. And the final factor, emulsified cream. Okay, let's see the first point here. The emulsification process here requires an action to mix these two incorporated materials, and the only way to implement it is to the tossing method. Just give a nice tossing that will create a moment of this dish. Next, adding a small amount of pasta water in the middle of the tossing helps blend the fat and egg mixture and prevent the eggs from becoming scrambled. Okay guys, with that I end up the assumptions about this dish. See you in the next episode.